National Assembly Chairman of Vietnam to pay official visit to Laos, attend AIPA-45.
Nghệ An announces decisions on personnel work.
Israel is said to retaliate against Iran before the US election.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Ha Giang, your host. Chairman of the National Assembly Thành pays an official visit to Laos and attends the 45th General Assembly of the ASEAN Interparliamentary Assembly from October the 17th to the 19th.
The participation of National Assembly Chairman Tran Ton Man and the high-ranking delegation of the National Assembly of Vietnam in AIPA-45 is of great significance in implementing the policy of proactively and actively integrating into the world comprehensively and extensively, raising the level of multilateral diplomacy, promoting priorities, enhancing the role and position of Vietnam and the National Assembly of Vietnam in regional and international parliamentary cooperation mechanisms, thereby contributing to promoting the common diplomatic efforts of the party and state for the benefit of the nation and people. At this multilateral conference, National Assembly Chairman Tran Ton Man plans to have high-level meetings with leaders of the National Assembly, Parliament in and outside the region, contributing to strengthening the relationship between the National Assembly of Vietnam and member parliaments and observers of AIPA.
This morning, a Provincial People's Committee held a ceremony to announce decisions on personnel work.
In Decision 2555 dated September 30, 2024, Mr. Nguyen Duyen Hat, Head of Land Management Office, Department of Natural Resources and Environment, was appointed to the position of Deputy Director of the Department of Natural Resources and Environment. Decision 2669 dated October 11, 2024, Mr. Don Van Dai, Deputy Head of the Southeast Economic Zone Management Board, was transferred and appointed to the position of Deputy Director of the Department of Construction. The appointed officials have a term of 5 years. Speaking at the ceremony, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyen Van Der congratulated Mr. Don Van Dai and Mr. Nguyen Duyen Hat. Mr. Nguyen Van Der also expressed his hope that the newly appointed officials would promote their individual roles, together with the collective unit, constantly innovate, and strive to excellently complete all assigned tasks.
CNN quoted U.S. official as saying that Israel is expected to retaliate against Iran this month and before the U.S. election on November the 5th.
The timing could push the escalating unrest in the Middle East into a hot, public spotlight ahead of the U.S. presidential election, with potentially major political and public implications for the U.S., as the current administration of President Joe Biden faces pressure over its handling of the Gaza situation. Republicans, including former President Donald Trump, have accused the current administration of mismanaging the crisis and plunging the world into chaos. For its part, Iran has sent a message to the United States and Israel through intermediaries that the current tit-for-tat cycle between Iran and Israel could end if Tel Aviv shows restraint on Tehran's missile attack taking place earlier this month.
Coming up next are some of the news.
At the Paris Motor Show in France, mini-cars are attracting special attention because they are cheap, easy to drive, and do not require a driver's license. The cars have only 2 seats, are 2.4 meters long, and cost less than €8,000, or 217 million Vietnamese dongs. Their top speed is 45 kilometers per hour. European regulators allow unlicensed teenagers from 14 years old to drive these mini-cars within just 8 hours of training. In addition to teenagers, adults who have lost the driver's license or do not want to take the test can also drive these cars because of their small size and low speed.
According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, last night and early this morning, October 17th, the Northwest, Viet Bac, Central, Central Highlands and southern regions had scattered showers and thunderstorms, locally heavy to very heavy rain in some places. On the day and night of October 17th, the South Central, Central Highlands and southern regions had rain, moderate rain and scattered thunderstorms, locally heavy to very heavy rain in some places with rainfall from 20 to 40 millimeters, locally over 80 millimeters, rain concentrated in the afternoon and evening. Warning of the risk of local heavy rain. In the afternoon and night of October 17th, the Central region have scattered showers and thunderstorms, locally heavy rain in some places with rainfall from 10 to 30 millimeters, locally over 50 millimeters.
On the evening of October 16th, a large fire broke out at a warehouse on Vinh Tui Street that lies between Hai Ba Trung and Hoang Mai districts, Hanoi. The warehouse contained auto parts, gas cylinders, cosmetics, and many other goods and materials. 7 fire trucks and hundreds of people were mobilized, using all the water resources in the surrounding area to put out the fire. As the fire showed signs of spreading to the surrounding residential area, the authorities had to immediately evacuate many households near the fire area to ensure safety. After about 3 hours from the beginning, the fire was basically under control. Currently, the authorities are calculating property damages and investigating the cause of the fire. Fortunately, there have been no reported casualties.
In the trending of integration and development, many women have affirmed their roles and positions in participating in economic development. Today, we would love to introduce you a disabled woman in Cửa Lò town with her green startup journey.
Born healthy like any other child, at the age of 2, after a high fever, Phung's legs became paralyzed. Overcoming her fate, Ms. Phung has always been persistent and diligent in researching green startup projects to realize her dream.
When I worked as a pharmacist at a pharmacy, I saw that pennywort was used a lot in beauty products. So I decided to grow pennywort hydroponically.
In 2024, Phung invested nearly 300 million Vietnamese dongs to build a hydroponic model of growing pennywort on an area of more than 200 square meters. From naturally growing pennywort, Phung increased its value by taking it out of the ground to grow it in a greenhouse using modern methods. This is also the first unique high-tech agricultural model of growing pennywort in Cửa Lò town.
Growing pennywort hydroponically reduces the land area and the plant grows cleanly without using fertilizers.
In the first harvest, Phung's model brought her 100 kilograms of finished pennywort. More honorably, recently, her startup project, growing pennywort using the recirculating hydroponic method, brought her an encouragement award at the Women's Creative Startup and Green Transformation National Competition 2024. This will be a great source of encouragement and motivation for her to continue startup stories, to inspire disadvantaged women to dare to pursue their dreams and aspirations.
It's time to say goodbye. Thank you for watching and see you next time.